Welcome friends, welcome to the lecture series of analog electronics. So today we are basically going to understand about the controllers, right? Now what do we exactly mean by controllers? So first of all let's understand that what do we exactly mean by the controllers. Controllers is nothing but the process which is being controlled by a particular system is called as a controller. So here in this condition, wherever we are going to discuss this thing, that is for the industrial processes, right? It is necessary to control typical process variables such as temperature, pressure, etc. at the reference value called set point, right? Controllers we are going to discuss now. What do we exactly mean by the controllers? See, first of all, we are defining the functions of this controllers. So then the first function is receives a signal corresponding to the quantity which is being controlled, right? What it will do? It will receive signal, right? Second, the comparison can be done comparison with a particular point of time. Third, error calculation, and the fourth one, produce output. We can say a control output, right? So this way it can be discussed. Now for let's understand with this with a particular example. Kindly give attention that if you set some of the temperature, like right now a corona pandemic is going on, so in this condition we need to check the temperature of every human, right? So we have set a value to controller that if the temperature is increased above 37, right? Above 37, here we are referring the Fahrenheit, then he will not be allowed. And if the temperature below the 37 Fahrenheit, then it will be allowed. So this one is my check value, right? So the controller will check that the comparison with this particular value, right? If we have a value, for example 36 Fahrenheit, then controller will receive this 36 Fahrenheit by any ways, or we can say with the temperature thermometer. So it will receive this signal of 36 Fahrenheit and it will compare to this 37 Fahrenheit. It will calculate the error. There is an error between these values, that is below 1, that is -1 Fahrenheit is our error, and it will produce a control output. Now what it will do, that it is if it is greater than 37, then it will be not allowing, but it is below the 37, that is of the value whichever we produce with this error. If it is minus, then it will be allowed, right? And if it is +1, then it will be not allowed, or we can say a positive value will not allow to get into, right? So controller cannot be understand like that the corona is going on, pandemic is going on, so I need to take care of this 37 Fahrenheit. We are just setting these values for controllers, and the controller is acting like that it is a human, right? It is a system that is being controlled by this controller. So this way it can be understood. So if we need to keep it into a block diagram, then the control element will be over here. If we check this block diagram, then here it will be controlled process. Here it will be controlled process. Here it will be the sensor or transducer which is checking this particular thing. This output will be given to the controller. Here we have controller, and this controller will give a control output to the control element. So this way it can be represented, and here is the reference value, reference point, which is our 37 Fahrenheit for this example, right? So this way it can be understood. Now let's understand, or let's classify these controllers in different types. So the first type of controllers are as introduced below. The first is our hydraulic. Hydraulic, all of we know that how a hydraulic work, but more oftenly it is understood by the mechanical engineers. We don't need to bother about this. After that, pneumatic is also an mechanical thing, and after that the third one is our electronic. So in this electronic section there are two types of controllers. First is our analog and second is our digital. So this way it can be understood. Now for the analog we are studying, right? We are in analog electronics. So for the analog there are four different types. First is our proportional. Second is our integral. Third is our differential. And the fourth one is our PID, means this all these three things in a single controller. So it is called as a PID controllers. Here it will be represented as P controller. Here it will be represented as I controller. Here it will be represented as D controller, and this one is our PID controller. So this way it can be understood. And for the digital one there is only one type, and that is our PLC, right? Programmable logical circuit, right? So that is our PLC. Right now we bother about this all four conditions, or we can say the controllers of this kind of controllers. Let's understand the advantages. What are the advantages of this particular controllers? So first of all, they are compact. Compact in what sense? So compact in size. Second is their response is very fast. Their response is fast. The third one, high reliability. High reliability. We can rely on them easily and it will be working for us. Accuracy must be high. So these controllers have high accuracy. After that, low installation cost. If we need to install it somewhere, then the cost must be a good factor to refer it. Installation cost, right? After that, easy interfacing with the microcontrollers, with we can say processors, that means widely it is computers, any data processing equipments, and data acquisition networks, right? So in this all the conditions, data acquisition systems, I completely understood all this thing, but I think all of you are getting all this thing, that how it can be understood. Easy interfacing with computers, data processing and acquisition systems, right? So this way it can be understood. And likewise, if you check these conditions, then you're definitely going to know about this particular controllers. So that's all for this introduction of controllers. After that, we are referring to a single controller for PI, D and PID, right? So this way it can be understood, and we will try to understand these things. Okay, so that's all for this video. If you like my video, then definitely like and share my video. And if you want to see more this kind of videos, then you should definitely subscribe to my channel. Thank you.